gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, non-binaries, and transgenders, because we don't discriminate. This is the Ultra Heelz Wrestling Podcast, live from Bravery Studios, Clifton, New Jersey. I am Darth Messiah, the Dark Side Savior, always and forever on his worst behavior. Mr. DM, find me in your mama's DMs. Why can you tell me mama, baby, and nobody can stop me? Is Alex still on the phone?
Nah. Alex hung up.
Oh, he dropped? Okay. Well, I'm assuming he'll go back in. Alex, the OG, the triple OG of the Ultra Heelz that talks all the shit. Mr. The founder of the Fuck the Revival movement, the founder of the Fuck Vince McMahon movement, and the man that puts your girl in the crippled crossface and leave her run into a crawl space. And we have the great Malcolm Carter on the boards once again.
Yo, yo, yo.
Welcome back, sir. And we have a special voice in the room, Superstar Sal.
How you doing?
How you doing, sir? Nice to meet you.
You too, brother.
All right. How you living, Malcolm? How's it going over there?
Everything is going pretty well. Yesterday, we had a new episode and everything dropped.
Go ahead, plug the pod.
Shout out to It's Friday Super. I'm the captain there. You guys should all come and see us because we the greatest. We the greatest.
We the greatest.
I'm not ripping.
There we go. I was trying to think of the song.
My mom loves that movie.
R. Kelly?
Yeah.
I almost got in a fist fight at work again today. Houseway? Because some idiot. It was simple as the guy didn't want to put his mask on. And it wasn't even like anybody was rude about it. The cashier just like, oh, can you pull your mask up, please? Like real calm. And he immediately went off the handle. Like, oh, fuck you, fuck this, fuck everybody. I'll take your fucking eye out.
Yo, killing me with this.
So he's in my face yelling at me. He was like, I'll fuck you up. And then my boss walks over and he told my boss he'll take his eye out.
What?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, he's very violent.
Now, mind you, this is like a middle-aged Italian dude, right? And my boss is Italian too. So he looks down at his name tag. He was like, oh. He kept saying his last name. It was like, that last name means nothing to me. Your name is shit. I'm a Verone. You know what the fuck I'll do to you?
I'm a Verone. You know what I can do to you? I'll take you down to the.
It's like he's about to call the groom squad to come down here and handle him.
He was gonna have there was gonna be 5 black cars outside.
Yeah. So yeah, I had a nice wild day at work.
Sounds like a great day at work, to be honest.
Mind you, this was 9:30 in the morning.
Oh no, never mind. I take back the great day.
No, that kind of thing kickstarts my day.
No, 9:30. That's I'm already look, the Matrix isn't even done loading in my head. I'm not about to do that.
Hey, we got Chase World of Pops. That's Alex. He's in the chat right now.
Yeah, sir. He could call back. Oh, and George is in the chat. He said, "Hello."
What up, George? What up, George? All right. Let's The obvious is WrestleMania and Takeover, Stand and Deliver. But we're going to have a backwards show today. We're going to start with the side stories so that way we don't skip them. I do believe I saw an article earlier today. Well, first off, rest in peace to DMX. Let's start there. Rest in peace to DMX.
Rest in peace.
All right. So I saw this picture posted by Chris Jericho. He's at an airport in front of the WWE plane in Tampa.
I feel like he's trolling.
Yes, obviously he's trolling. I feel like that was when they flew him to Texas to do the Broken Skull last week or earlier this week.
Yeah.
I think he just waited to post the picture.
He could have done that because remember when he came back at the Rumble a couple of years ago? That day he posted a picture somewhere else. And then he shows up in Phoenix.
Yeah.
So he's done stuff like that.
So it's conveniently he posted a picture of him at a Tampa airport in front of the WWE private plane. Yeah. Good job, Chris Jericho. Thank you for your little contribution to WrestleMania.
But what does that achieve? You know what I mean?
Well, obviously it'll get people talking like, oh, Jericho's going to be in Mania, even though he works for AEW.
Yeah, I mean, I think if people, I don't know. That seems.
I
like,
mean,
all right, he did the
that would
interview,
be
but,
sick if he did just make an appearance. If they actually allowed that.
Look, then could you imagine Reigns and Rollins showing up on AEW to help Moxley?
I wouldn't be against that.
I would love that.
Because he needs the help right now, obviously. Because
Right, it's 5-on-1.
Yeah.
And Kingston keeps getting laid out every week.
Is that a legit foot injury or was he working it? I forgot.
I think it was just the work, but it was like, maybe because he was supposed to die at the pay-per-view and that didn't happen.
Yes.
So
yeah.
I think that was their way of kind of writing him off a little bit, but then he does a run-in. It was kind of weird.
What else? Also, apparently WWE 2K is supposed to announce something at, I think, Sunday's WrestleMania.
Like a new game?
I'm assuming it's the new game.
It's going to be trash like the last year's.
I don't think it can get any worse.
I mean, I've said that about WWE products before. Like the game 2 years ago. And then the next game came out and it was worse. So I'll hold my breath.
I think the only way it gets worse is if it doesn't actually come out on time.
I mean, I feel like that's almost guaranteed.
But then again, if it doesn't come out on time, that might actually be a good thing. Because we assume they're going to keep working on it.
No.
No.
No?
No.
No?
I don't think WWE cares about the video game that much.
They don't. They don't.
Here Comes the Pain was like the peak. And then after that, it kind of like fell off.
For me, it was WWE 13. That was the last one that I legitimately loved. The one with CM Punk on the cover?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I mean, once they started getting into, like, I liked Here Comes the Pain had like a 2-year story kind of thing. Like, I enjoyed that. Everything else is kind of like, it's kind of fallen off to me. I don't know. WrestleMania 2000, No Mercy was awesome.
Yeah. We got Kelvin in the chat. Tama Tonga tweeted John Moxley saying, do you need any help? Yes, I caught that. Tama Tonga loves to hate on the elite.
I think it's hilarious because he's another one. He's a huge troll.
Yeah.
But like again, Doc Gallows like said on the internet last couple days ago, like they don't speak anymore. Now again, could that be just adding to the potential debut of Tama Tonga in AEW or Impact Wrestling?
Could be. I'd love to see the firing squad show up in AEW.
Yeah, but I mean, he's the only one out of all of them that I kind of like got that. You know what I mean? To me, that shows any kind of real personality.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, yeah.
His brother.
His brother
Camacho?
rarely speaks.
Camacho, that was him in WWF.
Yeah.
Camacho.
Yeah. His brother rarely speaks.
Well, yeah, because he got Tonga such a personality, like he just dominates any room he's in.
Mm-hmm.
He's got something that's old school that he feels legit.
Like he still keeps kayfabe.
Right, and it's also like he feels like in a fight he'd probably win.
I believe him.
Not a lot of wrestlers nowadays where you'd be like, oh, that guy I could whoop that guy's ass.
Even though he looks like a Dominican singer now, but
Yeah, it's weird. The
short hair and no beard.
Yeah, it's definitely a weird look. I think he should go back to at least a beard now.
Yeah, at least bring the beard back. Yeah. Allegedly, Paul Heyman's contract is up very soon.
He'll be back.
Will he be back?
I think he'll be back.
Does Vince want him back?
Why not? He's one of the best promos on your show.
Back as a talent, but will he be back in his behind-the-scenes role?
I don't think so. I think they've had enough of him doing that. I mean, who knows? I would have said that a year ago too, or 2 years ago.
Because remember when he was brought in alongside Eric Bischoff for the executive producer role, and they both got dropped.
Yeah,
and then they brought in Bruce Pritchard to do both shows,
which was a huge mistake. Because at least with Heyman, I mean, you didn't really notice it with Bischoff too much. I feel.
I don't even think Bischoff did anything.
He didn't, but like with Heyman, you seen like a direction he was going in.
Yeah. He brought in certain people. He was like he started the groundwork for like pushes for like Aleister Black and Andrade.
Carrillo, however you say his name.
Humberto Carrillo. Yep. For like 4 or 5 people, he started pushes, and all of a sudden they just
fizzled out once he was gone.
Yeah.
Aleister Black is nowhere to be found.
Aleister Black is also being punished for his wife.
So spiteful.
Because she was one of the people pushing for wrestler unionization.
Yeah, because what we're doing right now, they said no more of that.
Yeah,
you're not allowed to do this stuff.
Yeah,
unless it's like us.
Yeah,
and she stuck to her guns, man. I don't blame her.
Now, the funny thing about the third-party deal is obviously Xavier Woods still has the Up Up Down Down channel, which WWE kind of co-signs, but on the most recent episode of, was it the Battle of the Brands? Yeah, because they did a live stream for it. He accidentally posted that he's live on Twitch instead of putting up that he's live for the Battle of the Brands that he does with Tyler Breeze.
Right.
So he was like, oh, I better take this down before I get in trouble. So they're even saying that Xavier Woods can't be on Twitch. So that's how serious they are about the third-party deals.
What is it about Twitch?
No, but here's my question. The up down guy, he's also with G4.
Right.
Yes.
So what? How does that work?
It probably brings them exposure.
Yeah.
So that's it.
Yeah.
But that's
Because the other day I was looking on my Instagram and apparently it was like it had WWE and G4 next to each other, shaking hands, like they had a meme with it. I'm like, what the hell is going on with this?
That's why they allow it. Because
Xavier Woods is the only one that gets like exemptions because Up Down already existed with WWE co-signing it. That's the only reason it still exists.
Yeah, Pritchard still got his podcast too.
Yeah, Bruce Pritchard. Yep.
Which is amazing. I don't know if anybody listens to it.
I used to listen to it back in the day, and then I just couldn't anymore.
He's definitely toned. He's definitely pulled back a little once he got rehired.
Yeah, because now he's got to talk good about the company.
And not even that. Basically, he's never been one to like divulge too much, but it's even less now. But I see your point.
Yeah.
I still enjoy listening to what goes into decisions.
Hold on. Turn my phone off.
He's got to turn off his phone.
Have you seen the arena yet for WrestleMania?
I have not.
They built another pirate ship in the stadium that already has a pirate ship.
Wait, what?
Okay, the home of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Raymond James Stadium, they have a giant ship, a pirate ship, as a part of the stadium. WWE built another one as a part of their stage.
You know that's because someone's jumping off of it.
Allegedly, Kevin Owens wants to do it because he said he wanted to do it last year, and that's why he jumped off the sign in the Performance Center.
I don't know. Could you imagine what he did in front of nobody?
Yeah.
That hurts enough with thousands of people.
Yeah.
He did it with nobody.
And
God bless him.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, listen, that's like, if you have the money to do it, why not, right?
I guess.
And now it's 2 pirate ships. At least for me, I'm not a huge wrestling fan, but at least put some cannons on them and shoot them back and forth.
I'm sure there's going to be cannons.
Oh, thank God.
I'm sure there'll be cannons.
Well, you know what, too, because who knows how the building is set up because of how they're setting up the fans, so maybe they won't get the big one in the shot.
Right.
That's why they want the little ones.
Could be, yeah. Yeah, so also the way the stage looks, it's not going to be crazy high like they were in Orlando. Oh. It's going to be more of a normal WrestleMania one. It's still going to be big, but not that crazy with it like coming from the top of the arena down.
Yeah, that was insane.
I love that one. That was awesome.
I did too, but could you imagine walking down it just like...
That's why they had Undertaker come out like 2/3 of the way down.
Like when they do the rumbles in the stadiums, they have the big heavy guys come out on the carts.
Golf carts, yep. Let's see. We covered Toma Tonga. All right. Dynamite. The final week of the Wednesday Night Wars. Week 82. We did not get to 83 weeks. So Eric Bischoff can't do another version of the podcast called 83 weeks. It's only 82. Because I watched Takeover and Deliver straight through, I didn't watch all of Dynamite. I only watched a couple clips. The 2 important ones. As we were talking about, John Moxley has no friends. The Young Bucks turned on him during the match. They helped out the Good Brothers and Kenny Omega. So what's next for John Moxley?
You know, I want to get into that. I'm not a fan of how they're playing out this storyline. Like, my opinion is you've had the Bucks conflicted for the last 2 months about joining up with these guys. And then they finally do the turn, and they still look conflicted.
Now, if you think back, there was the whole thing when they had the match with Omega and Hangman. They were already conflicting with Kenny Omega.
Right.
And then once Kenny turned on Hangman, it was like they were cool, but then they not cool again when Kenny went full heel. So it's like it boggles my mind because my opinion is, all right, you did the unsure thing for a few months. Mm-hmm. If you're gonna let them turn and be on his side, just do it instead of kind of like half pregnant again. Yeah.
You know what I mean? And as far as Moxley having no friends, I don't know where they're going. He's got Kingston, but
yeah, he's got Kingston
gets beat down every week. So you're kind of like killing that a little bit. And then
he had Lance Archer at one point, but Lance Archer got moved over to who's he after now? Darby Allin?
Sting, Darby Allin, whoever. And then you also have Darby Allin, who's teamed with Moxley, but he's got 16 different things going on. So who do you? I guess Tonga, like they said, like maybe that's playing this heat, or maybe that's just Tama Tonga going into his own. I don't know, but I am fascinated by that.
Right.
Where is this going? But I just kind of wish the Bucks would just be full heels if they're going to do that.
Yes, because even though they're babyface, they always want to play badasses.
Right, and they're not, though.
They're not. They're not.
I got to kind of like in the same realm. Who do you think, we're looking down the line a little bit, who do you think should take the belt off Omega? I personally think it should be Paige at All Out, because that's where like Omega kind of turned on him.
Yeah, that would be the bookend story, because obviously they have a history. So you need to build Hangman back up to the title, because
I think they're doing that, though.
He's just playing with the Dark Order.
Yeah, but he's getting consistent wins, and he's still at the top of the card. He's still one of the more popular people on the show. But you're right. I think they need to start moving him into, and maybe they will, because he's still got, before All Out is September. So you got 5 or 6 months.
Yeah.
Maybe start putting him in there with, bigger opponents like a Lance Archer, for instance, or somebody that he can get some wins on.
And I still think they've wasted Lance Archer badly.
I agree. It's weird. What Sting, that promo he cut on him was kind of like a half shoot almost. Like it's like he does something and then he disappears and then he comes back and he's like into something else, and it's like there's no consistency with him.
Absolutely. Last week, something I forgot to mention last week, when the match between Christian and Christian Cage, excuse me, let's use his Christian name. Let's use his Christian's name. And Frankie Kazarian. Frankie Kazarian, they said, has the best record in the company in 2020, or second best, whatever it is. He's 11-1 or something like that.
Where's his title shot?
Bingo. Thank you.
I didn't even know that.
Where's the ranking system? When's the last time they mentioned the ranking system?
I feel like they do it every week, but they don't really acknowledge it. Like they'll mention it, but like it doesn't seem like it really plays into. Although Britt Baker said she has to get her wins up to get the title. Like, all right, so they do things like that, which I like, but then they completely go against it by giving, Nyla Rose a title shot. So it's like, what's going on?
Where's our sports-based wrestling?
Does it matter? And because if it's gonna matter, make it matter.
Bingo. Because right now, if Frankie Kazarian was supposed to get a title shot at Omega's just playing with his friends right now. That's all he's doing.
I mean, I would love to see an Omega Kazarian match on the Dynamite. I'm a big Kazarian fan.
Where's Christopher Daniels? That's the real question.
Well, he should. He's probably. He probably should retire, if you ask me. Maybe not retire, but I think he's obviously lost a step. I hate to say it. He's been one of my favorites since I first seen him. But when you watch him, it looks like he's blown up instantly. I think that's where they were going with that storyline they started that they haven't followed through with the next time they lose, they're splitting up.
Let me catch up on the chat. Where'd I stop at? Valdor. Oh, what up, Valdor? Valdor said Vince won't let Heyman go anywhere to go to AEW. I don't see Heyman going to AEW.
I could see them making a big play for him if he does leave.
And then he'll try to use it to get Vince back.
Or maybe they'll try to, use him to lure Brock in. I don't see Brock ever going there.
No,
However,
there's no reason for him to go there.
I think that they would.
There's no reason for him to go there.
He ain't going there 100%.
Of course, they'll throw the whole fucking bank at him.
Right.
But I think even Brock has enough principles not to go to AEW, because being the only thing legitimately left in wrestling, you can't go to the playground.
It would be a step down. It would be like if he went to Bellator after UFC.
Yeah. Because who in AEW besides Jericho, Christian Cage, Cody has legitimate enough reputation to be worthy of facing Brock?
I think Mox.
Okay, yeah, Mox. I'm sorry. Even though they had a shitty match at WrestleMania 31.
Yeah. I think, but you know what? I think without
32.
You know what, from everything you've heard Moxley say, that was like more on Brock.
That was Brock, yeah, because Brock didn't want that. That match was buried in the third hour.
Right.
That was that 7-hour WrestleMania, and they were buried in the third hour.
I was looking forward to that match so much. Me and my buddy, because we know Mox from CZW. So I'm like, yo, he's gonna do some crazy shit.
Yeah.
And then he got suplexed into chairs.
Yeah.
That was about it.
That was it. Yep. That was the whole thing.
Well, I could see Lance Archer benefiting from being mixed up with Brock.
Wardlow. But now you're talking. You have to give these people wins over Lesnar. Which Lesnar's not losing if he goes to AEW. He's not taking a loss.
Cage, yes, Brian Cage.
Brian Cage, yep.
But if he was to come in, yeah, you would ideally want him to build guys up, but like he ain't gonna job out.
Exactly. He's not. If he goes there, he's not taking losses unless it's Jericho, Cody. Again, maybe Lance Archer.
And that's a big maybe.
Yeah. Let's see what else is there. Adam Cole has a Twitch channel. I didn't know Adam Cole still had his Twitch channel. Maybe that's because he's in NXT and the rules are slightly different.
I would assume that they apply all across the board, no? Maybe it's a little under the radar because it's NXT.
I guess so, because they make a lot less money.
But they're also under WWE contracts. Though.
Yeah. Yeah, that one's a gray area with me. George said release the cannons. Christopher Daniels is working backstage. Okay.
Yeah, he's talent relations.
Oh, okay. Okay. Sounds good. All right. The other major segment of Dynamite that I checked into was the Inner Circle and Mike Tyson.
What?
I pop anytime Mike Tyson comes on my TV in a wrestling.
And Mike Tyson cannot rip a shirt to save his life.
No, it's always the bottom.
He gets to about here, and it just won't rip anymore.
Yeah. Someone's got to cut that bottom for him to make it a little bit easier. Like Hogan used to cut the top.
Yeah. Yeah, so Mike Tyson returned to help the Inner Circle, whatever, against the Pinnacle. So I call this the day the Pinnacle formed. I said there will be a blood and guts match.
Oh, yeah.
So I'd just like to pat myself on the back for that one.
Barry Horowitz.
Yeah. Now, I mean, it's like we've been waiting so long for them to do this. How are we gonna like make it more like blood feud than it already is?
I mean, while I've been into it from the beginning, because I kind of just liked how they ended it with the Pinnacle forming, and then for a couple weeks, I think they kind of, with the Inner Circle came back, I feel like they kind of blew their load immediately. Because if you remember,
yes, because
they like the specific things that happened to each of them, they got it all back.
Yeah,
like to me,
it feels like they already got the revenge with the bathroom fight.
To me, it's like, all right, you could have them come back and maybe beat them up a little bit, but don't do like the big thing with the big go to sleep or like the big bumps. Like save that for over time at the end.
Yeah,
I feel like they did that too early. I still enjoyed their interactions on Wednesday, but again, even that, I feel like, all right, Jericho, it's like they're rushing everything. Jericho cuts the promo, and then 20 minutes later he's getting beat up, and then Tyson, you know what I mean?
Yeah, because the next pay-per-view is not until next month, right?
May, yeah.
Yeah.
So why not exactly? Why? But they're doing it on a Dynamite. They're doing the blood and guts on a Dynamite.
Oh, I thought they were doing it for the pay-per-view.
Well, oh wait, what's the date of the pay-per-view? Is it? I think it's like.
Let's Google really quick. AEW.
Maybe they are doing it on the pay-per-view. I mean, that would be smart to sell pay-per-views.
Double or Nothing is May 30th.
Yeah, so they're doing it. I think they're doing it in the beginning of May.
Okay. Yeah, I missed that part then.
I was supposed to be at the show at Newark where they were going to do the original Blood.
Yep. I was thinking about going. I hadn't looked into buying tickets, but I was thinking about going.
My buddy, he was like, "Yo, I'm getting tickets. You want to come?" And I was like, "Sure, why not?"
All right, let's get to TakeOver Stand and Deliver. Night 1. My only criticism of the show, the women should not have been on last. That was kind of a popcorn fart for a main event.
I would have put Ciampa and Walter on last. But, like, how do you know going in, though? You know what I mean? Because that was a pretty like, you know, Rachel Raquel is on
Yeah.
on the rise, and Io has been established for a minute.
But again, it's the thing where you have the heel champion winning at the end of the night.
Yeah.
Now, she is the heel, but she also got cheered.
And did she even cheat?
No, she actually got beat up for most of the match. You have your, monster heel getting beat up for most of the match. And then the sequence where Io Shirai jumped off the skull, getting back to the ring made no sense.
Of course,
she
yeah.
just kind of they kind of walked together back to the ring.
That happens a lot nowadays, where there's there's no in between. It's like, let's just get to the next spot.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I know that was the dive looked great.
Yeah.
The dive was amazing. I'm a big fan of Io Shirai, and I hope she doesn't go up to the main roster at all. I hope she stays right where she is.
I don't have anything negative to say about Io. I don't get it with
That's
her.
fine. I mean, yeah, because there's a language barrier, obviously.
Yeah.
But I think I always enjoy like those zany kind of gimmicks. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like I've always been into that kind of stuff. So maybe that's why. I don't know.
Yeah. Pete Dunne and Kushida. Nice, quick, hard-hitting match. Obviously, Pete Dunne was going over because he's been in the title picture recently. So I totally expected him to win.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think that was a surprise. But now I got a question, considering the results on night 2. Mm-hmm. Or you know what I mean? Where are they going? Is he going to go for that? Like,
Is he going after Karrion Kross?
Yeah, like that'd be 2 heels. But in NXT, they kind of blur those lines anyway. So
I feel like the first person to go after him is Kyle O'Reilly.
that's another thing. That was another thought is
because I in my head I'm saying Adam Cole's gone. He's going to SmackDown.
Oh man, I hope not. I hope not.
To go out on a banger like that with a loss, if they're not doing a follow-up match with Kyle O'Reilly, Adam Cole's gone. There's nothing left for him to do.
I mean, that's the natural transition. I'm just saying I hope not because he's not. I'm a big fan of Adam Cole.
Right.
But he's not the biggest guy.
Right.
And
which is why he would need to go to SmackDown, and hopefully the influence of Daniel Bryan with whatever he's doing with creative, they can do something correct with him.
Yeah. I mean, that if he goes to Raw, he's dead in the water.
Yeah, absolutely.
SmackDown's the better show to me. Like, I'll actually go home and like watch it through.
Right.
Whereas Raw, I kind of like read up what happens and then I'll find the clips that I like and I'll watch it then. But I don't know, man. Like, the track record for some of these guys coming up just
it's sad.
Yeah, because it's guys that like and girls that you see and you're like, man, this could be a lot of fun. Who they could do this with, that with, and then they get up there and it's like creatively they're stifled. And then the matches aren't what because they're probably not into it themselves. There's no creative direction, so the fans aren't into it because like, why are you going to care about something that doesn't matter?
Right.
Look what happened to Ricochet. Yeah, mind,
or we were talking about Aleister Black.
Aleister Black. I'm not the biggest Ricochet fan. You know what I mean?
Right.
But his athleticism is second to none, and he's just wasted away doing nothing.
I didn't necessarily watch Ricochet as Prince Puma in Mexico, but that just seems more natural to him to just bounce off everything. And that's not a WWE style. Even when you are the high flyer, you still have to do the mat work. You still have to do the ground game.
Well, that's his issue is like you have to have a personality to succeed in WWE.
Yeah.
And it seems like that's the one area he lacks, but he also has a natural charisma to him.
Yeah.
So it's weird. Like, like Rey Mysterio can't talk either, but he's succeeded. Not saying Ricochet's Rey Mysterio.
Right.
But there are parallels.
I think they tried to give him the I'm just happy to be here kind of guy. And why is somebody that you're supposed to look up to as a hero, I'm just happy to be here?
Right. He doesn't but the stuff that he could do, like I can't do that, you can't do that.
Nope.
That's something most people can't do. So present him as such.
Yeah.
Present him as an amazing athlete.
Exactly.
Not like you said, "Oh, I'm just, happy to be here."
Not like in a negative way, I'm happy to be here, but it's like I don't know what else I would do with my life if I couldn't be here, that kind of thing.
Right, and he's like that smiley good guy that has no edge to him.
Yeah.
So.
Bronson Reed won the North American Championship gauntlet match. I was surprised that they had him win. I was thinking Dexter Lumis, and the way Dexter Lumis lost was totally bullshit. There was like a double roll up on him.
I didn't see that because I was kind of switching back and forth between that and Dynamite.
Yeah.
However, I like Bronson Reed.
Oh yeah, I'm not mad at him winning. I was just surprised it was him.
Yeah, I was a little surprised too, especially considering the result the next night. I was kind of surprised considering the trajectory that he was on.
Yeah, the fact that Gargano retained also.
Yeah,
I'm shocked at.
Yeah, like I don't know about you. I'm tired of Gargano.
I've never been a Gargano guy. I respect the hell out of him, but after DIY broke up, I was never a Gargano guy.
He does the same sell every single match.
As Jim Cornette likes to call him, Johnny Sameface.
Oh, does he? I didn't know that. He does that same.
I'm a big Cornette guy. I'm a big Cornette guy, so I know the nicknames for everybody.
Oh man,
Twinkle Toes McFingerBang. That's Kenny Omega.
I was about to say that I knew that he calls Janela jelly. Right?
Jelly Janela, yes. Sorry, Jelly Nutella.
He's so disrespectful. I don't know. See, he's got a Cornette. I was a fan of his back. I still am. Like, I watch some of his stuff now from even back in the day. I'm like, this guy was amazing. However, I think it's obviously an act for the most part. But it's turned up.
Yeah, he turns himself up, yes.
But it's like, come on, dude. Like, wrestling is not what worked in 1985 is not going to work in 2021.
Yeah.
And don't get me wrong, some of his points I agree with. But like, I don't believe in wishing death on somebody because they wrestle differently than you like.
Right, absolutely. MSK, I did not see MSK winning. I thought it was going to be Grizzled Young Veterans because MSK won the Dusty Cup.
Right.
So I was thinking veterans win the titles, MSK chased them to get the titles from them, and now we've had 3 matches between them.
I kind of thought they were going to win because they won the cup, and again, it seems like that's kind of like where they were going, but I wouldn't have minded the other way, like you just said, because I think baby faces need to chase for it to
mean more.
Right.
Yeah.
But you know what? I didn't follow them too closely in Impact, but like since them, like I knew who they were. Obviously.
Yeah, I knew who they were.
I'm a fan of theirs. Like they, again, they're a couple of guys that like they just bring a lot of energy, and they're fun to watch. You know, and that's really, you know, their promos probably need a little bit of work, but you know, not the worst they have.
Now, one thing I will criticize about MSK because I'm not a Young Bucks guy. MSK wrestle like the Young Bucks. They look like somebody who's clearly been influenced by that style.
Do you watch indie wrestling at all?
Not a lot.
All right, so a lot of the indies nowadays
are influenced by
I mean, and there's a few others that like aren't like that.
Right.
But it's all about getting the GIF nowadays because that's what people think is gonna get them noticed.
Yep.
And it has. Like there's companies like GCW that have like we see one person gets a GIF and the next thing you know they're on a GCW show.
Little dude.
Marco Stunt.
That's
how he got a contract.
Yes, because he jumped off that railing at the mall.
Right. Well, no, that wasn't him.
That was his brother, right?
No, that was Cole. I think that was Cole something.
I thought that was him or his brother that did that.
No, I don't think so. They did something with a GCW. I don't think it was at a mall, but they jumped off something high, I believe.
Right. Okay.
But yeah, that's how he got a contract. So he got noticed, and good for him. You know what I mean?
Kelvin said, "I'm glad Ciampa shaved his head." Yes.
Yeah, he's been looking homeless.
Yeah.
Like what's
I mean, the gray beard is cool. It's like it's badass.
It works for him.
But the balding and salt and pepper, you just look like a homeless guy.
Yeah. Like I was so confused. Like I remember I turned on NXT and I didn't see that. I was like, what's going on with this guy? 2 years ago, he was the best thing on the show, and now he looks homeless.
Yeah. Another match I was shocked at, night 2. Santos Escobar is now the undisputed Cruiserweight champion. I could have sworn I was going to Jordan Devlin. I
agree. I actually texted my buddy during the show. I'm like, man, they really like this guy. Like, you know, he's been champ for a minute, and they're putting him in these positions to really succeed. It was a good match. I was kind of Jordan Devlin took that weird bump at the end. But I mean, from all accounts, I haven't heard that he's hurt. So
yeah.
But yeah, no, I was surprised by that too.
I'm not particularly a big fan of what they're doing with the NXT Women's Championship, so I did not watch that match. What do you have to say?
Oh, the tag titles?
Yeah.
I like Shotzi. That's all I got to say about that. She intrigues me. I feel like she's got more personality than than most people on those rosters. However, I don't care for those tag titles either.
Right. I felt like why did we need another set of belts?
Yeah, especially like it's wrestling, especially
if you're still not going back to live crowds full time. Why could we not continue it gets defended on every brand?
Right, and look at the women's tag titles on the main roster where it's like they just kind of throw them on random people.
Like when they put Asuka and Charlotte together for a month.
Right, and then now it's Nia Jax, Shayna Baszler. Why?
Yeah,
What's the
you
point?
gave it right back to him for nothing.
Right, and you broke up the only real women's team you had.
Yeah, you broke up the Iconics.
Right, that was the only like legit team for a woman that you had.
Oh, you broke up Fire and Desire to put Mandy Rose with Dana Brooke.
Yeah, they do stuff like that all the time, and it drives me nuts. It's like you break up one team that's actually working.
And when you broke up the Iconics, you ended up putting Peyton Royce with Lacey Evans. You just put her in another tag team.
Right, and exactly.
And meanwhile, freaking Billie Kay was having her best life. I was totally feeling the whole gimmick with the resume.
You know, yeah.
I was loving it.
She makes me laugh. She's funny.
The one thing I've always said about the Iconics, they might not be great in the ring, but they nail their gimmick. They're supposed to be annoying, and they fucking annoying as hell.
Yeah, they kind of reminded me of like a 2020 version of like what was that team? The Beautiful People.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Lay Cool. Like those like that kind of like a cocky woman tag team that's just like better than everybody. They kind of gave off those vibes, but I think they did it really well.
Yeah, absolutely. Scroll. Main event, well, semi-main event. Karrion Kross and Finn Balor. There was nothing wrong with that.
No.
It went down the way it was supposed to go.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I love Finn Balor, so I wouldn't have minded him winning either. But at the same time, I am a huge fan of Karrion Kross. And I'm also a huge fan of his potential.
Yes.
Because he's somebody that I could see doing well on the main roster
Yes.
as opposed to a lot of people in NXT.
And if you look at him now as compared to when the match he got injured in, he doesn't look like he's in tip-top shape.
No, he looks like he's
So
still coming back.
once he gets his conditioning back, that man's a beast.
I love that finish.
Yeah.
I love that choke. I like the presentation of him with Scarlett. I think they have like a cool, like I said, I'm into that kind of stuff anyway.
Right.
So like I'm looking forward to. I thought he would have maybe lost so that because I've heard he's like on the fast track to the main roster, so that would have been a good way to transition him because I want to see him and like the Fiend go at it, but not right now, not during a pandemic though. Now that I think about it, because that'll just ruin him probably.
Yeah, everything the
Fiend touches ruins, and it's not his. I feel like it's not even his fault.
No, it's creative's fault.
They have this cinematic BS, and like, come on, like
Yeah.
Randy Orton's like, what is that coming?
I mean, I just want to see the match between the Fiend and Randy Orton. I gave up on his story like 2 months ago.
Yeah, but is it going to be the same match from the WrestleMania in Orlando where the thing came on the ring? Come on,
The roaches.
that was terrible. I'm worried about this. I'm actually like,
Yeah, I am worried too.
I'm worried about this.
I'm
like,
absolutely
I feel like
worried.
I'm going to waste 20 minutes of my life watching this abortion of a match.
And the main event, the unsanctioned match, which technically doesn't count by AEW standards. These men went to war and back, and then took a flight to hell, came back, went to fucking Antarctica, came back, and somebody went through the stage.
Yeah, that was crazy. That reminded me of Taz and Bam Bam.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it. I mean, I obviously I feel like I've seen other matches from both of them that I enjoyed more. But I think for the story that was being told, they did a really good job with the violence. That's another thing. I feel like it was kind of rushed a little bit. Like I feel like you could have had this match, but again, you might be right on. You might be onto something with Adam Cole maybe being brought up.
Right.
That's probably why they had to do it. But like, when did he turn on him? 2 months ago. I feel like this is like a big. You could have like really. Held
About 2 months. Yeah. But
it's WrestleMania, so
yeah, because I thoroughly saw Finn Balor temporarily joining Undisputed Era. I was totally sold on that, and they're like, oh no, we're just having Cole turn right away.
Yeah, that was. I mean, where's Bobby Fish? Is he hurt?
He's hurt again.
No.
Yeah, he's on this like this schedule where he works for 3 months and then he's out for injury for 6 months.
It's a shame because he's really good.
Yeah,
but like now,
but he's also like 10 years older than everybody else.
Last night at some point.
Yeah,
like they had that shot of Kyle O'Reilly walking to the back after he won, and they held it there, and I was just convinced Roddy was coming out to like backbreaker him or something.
That's the thing. Like Roddy's gotten lost in the shuffle after the breakup because he was in the qualifying match for the North American Eliminator, but didn't even make the final.
Right.
So he's lost already.
They probably could have had him. I mean, if it's the blow off, you don't want to do it. I was going to say you probably could have had him in like an enforcer role
Or a special guest referee.
Yeah, but again, if it's the blow off, you might not want to do that.
Right. All right, that is Takeover Stand and Deliver. Oh, but before we move on, I guarantee you Meltzer doesn't give Colin O'Reilly 5 stars. I guarantee you he doesn't give him 5.
Oh, he's definitely not going to. I mean, hot take here. I don't think that was a 5-star match.
But he gave the parking lot brawl between Pride and Powerful and the Best Friends 5 stars.
Well,
Just saying.
His opinion is obviously skewed.
Yeah.
I'm not going to go as far as the women say like he's getting paid.
Yeah, I don't
But he's
believe
friends
the
with
pay
those
thing.
guys.
Yeah.
He's friends with the elite, so of course he's going to favor them. I think it's ridiculous, especially when you're supposed to be a journalist. You know what I mean? But again,
If it's not legitimate news, I don't listen to Meltzer anymore.
I don't even listen to him for legitimate news because even that he skews in his own. Like he just forms an opinion and puts that out.
Yeah. I agree with that. All right, WrestleMania Night 1. As we said, the kickoff match most likely will be Bobby Lashley versus Drew McIntyre. And like I was telling you before we started the show, I've come to terms with the fact that Bobby Lashley has been built so Drew can win in front of fans again.
I don't think you're wrong. I just hope that's not the case. And don't get me wrong, I'm a big fan of Drew McIntyre. I think he did an incredible job. Given the circumstances.
Yeah, during the pandemic. Yep, he was absolutely the MVP along with Asuka.
Right, but and MVP though, MVP literally resurrected 3 careers.
Yep.
Or he didn't do it himself. He helped.
Yeah.
And he put them together and put Bobby Lashley in this position. I kind of want Bobby Lashley to win.
Yeah. What up, Alex?
Yeah.
All right, we on WrestleMania. We on WrestleMania now.
I know that's what made me call back because I was like, you on WrestleMania, now I gotta call back.
All right. Bobby Lashley, Drew, what you got? Drew?
Yeah, I got Drew. I like Bobby Lashley. You've been waiting for this whole moment our whole lives, but hey, after you break up the hurt business, you just kind of hurt business.
Yeah, it's like even if Bobby Lashley is supposed to lose, there was no reason to break them up. You could have left them together.
Dude, MVP and Bobby Lashley tried to go against Vince and try to tell him to stop. They didn't want to do it, and Vince still went ahead and broke them up.
Yeah, I saw that story. Yep.
That shit is so fucking sad, bro. Booker T, Batista, a lot of fucking veterans are pissed off. They're like, why? Why would you break them up? Like, that was a good faction going in 2020. You didn't even let them even be a full faction. They were just a group of guys who fit together, won some belts, lost belts, and you just like, oh yeah, fuck them.
Yep. The match that I really don't want to see it. I'm not crazy about the way it was built together. The Miz and Morrison versus Damian Priest and Bad Bunny.
I told you I didn't want to see this match from the fucking goddamn start because I knew it was going to be a match once he showed up.
Now, the only reason, remember, at first it was the Miz versus Bad Bunny. The only reason Damian Priest got added to the match was because John Morrison got cleared from his injury.
I don't give a fuck if Jesus was cleared from injury. I don't want to see this shit.
I'm not a huge fan of it
celebrities
either.
get in the ring, they ain't wrestlers. Like, the only celebrity I can give that got in the ring that wasn't a wrestler that I give it to is fucking, what do you call it?
Pat McAfee?
Arrow.
Pat McAfee? Oh.
What do you call it? Play the Arrow. Because that motherfucker was doing fucking moonsaults like he been wrestling his whole goddamn life.
Yeah.
Ball game.
Yeah,
He's not an actor.
The guy that played Green Arrow.
Huh?
The guy that played Green Arrow.
I don't know.
Stephen Amell.
There you go.
There you go.
I was gonna call
Stephen
him
Amell.
Casey Kasem.
Pat McAfee's different. Pat McAfee is a used to be NFL athlete, so I believe he has the power to be a wrestler the way before him. But that motherfucker was an actor. He ain't had no goddamn none of that shit. He still got in the ring and did great. He's the only motherfucker I allowed to be in a wrestling ring. Everybody else, fuck no. I'm tired of seeing them.
Yeah, all right. New Day versus AJ Styles and Omis.
I really want the New Day to win this, but I feel like they're going to put that on AJ and Omis.
Yeah, I really do. I feel like they're going to give AJ the Triple Crown, the Grand Slam win.
Yeah, and what, 6 years? Was it 6.5 years?
Has he been there for 6 years now?
Yeah, it's been 5 years. I think not too long. I think last year was like 5 years of him being in WWE.
When was WrestleMania in Dallas? Because that was
31. Oh yeah, it has. Wow. No, sorry, 32 was Dallas. 32 was Dallas.
I'm about to say, I don't feel like it's been that long. Only reason I know the length is because of how long his hair keep getting.
Oh yeah. Because when he started with the soccer mom hair.
He's had an incredible run in WWE.
And now he got the full MILF hair.
But yeah, I fully expect AJ and Omis to take that. And somewhere down the line, Omos is just going to kick AJ to the curb.
Can Omos wrestle?
That's what we're going to find out.
I can't see Omos standing alone because he don't really talk really well on the mic. Like, oh, he's going to need a mouthpiece or somebody, and I don't want to keep seeing them keep pairing people from NXT with other motherfuckers.
Now, ironically, I was going to say Malcolm Bivens might end up being his manager.
That would be great.
Michael Bivens is an annoying ass fucker too. Oh, I swear he is annoying. I follow him on Twitter, and every time I see him put a tweet out, I just get pissed off for some weird reason.
Or if MVP is still around by the time Omos goes solo, give him MVP as a manager.
I'll take that.
Well, I got a question for you. Do you think that maybe they kicked out Cedric and Shelton maybe to add 2 different members?
I wouldn't be against it.
I wouldn't be against it too, but damn, that would be stupid because you wasted all this time on building up this little storyline and putting them 2 into this to just kick them out. That's like Shawn Michael Triple H adding Road Dogg and all them and just to kick them out like 8 months later down the road.
I agree 100%.
Pointless.
I think that's stupid. I kind of want to see a swerve and have them come out and interfere in the match and kind of like swerve everybody.
Yeah, that would be okay. I'd be okay with that.
And Bobby Lashley retains. That's what I want to see.
I'd be okay with that. Yep.
That's what I kind of feel like this is going. I feel like Bobby's going to fight Drew. They're going to come out like they're going to help Drew win and fuck Drew over and let Bobby win and be like they never really broke up. I feel like this is the only thing they can do to make Bobby actually stay. Because if they don't, he's going to lose the belt and it's going to be for nothing.
Yeah, I think he needs to keep it. Give him a run.
I like they want to give him a run because everybody been complaining about it, but the face of their company right now in Vince's mind is Drew.
Yeah, and you know what? He's been on the cusp for years, and they're finally using him correctly. Why not? Give him. He's a dominant dude. Like who could beat him? Like that's what they've been doing lately, and it's been working. Keep it going.
I about to say people online been talking about that, but people also online from other podcasts I've listened to also said the same thing that I've been saying. You made Bobby Lashley come in here and do these stupid ass gimmick shit, dumb shit with the little sisters and all that shit with Sami Zayn and all of them. Then you turn around and made this man a dominant force. This man hadn't dropped or took a bump from nobody. You break up the Hurt Business, and the first person to drop him is Shelton Benjamin. That just made him look weak as fuck.
Yep. And the way it looks is there's no plan to do anything with Shelton and Cedric coming out of that breakup.
There's no plan to do anything with them. Like, the only plan Vince McMahon is going to see is another makeshift tag team in there until he gets bored and break them up. That's all it's going to be.
Exactly right. You're exactly right on that.
All right.
This shit, this WrestleMania is going to be weird, but it's going to be weird as hell. Like, I'm probably going to watch half the matches I really want to see. The other ones I'm probably just going to look on Twitter to see who won them.
Yeah. All right. Another match that I really don't want to see: Braun Strowman and Shane McMahon in a cage match. That will be on SmackDown. That will be my bathroom break.
It's gonna be terrible.
Yes, I don't even know why. Why was this match even booked? Why did Shane show up? Started calling him stupid.
There has been no explanation. I don't think he just showed up one week and started shitting on Braun Strowman.
It's Shane McMahon. His last name is McMahon. When do anybody named McMahon need an explanation on doing a stupid storyline?
And that one promo where he just ate up 5 minutes saying nothing. All right.
Me bad things. I'm out eating food and I don't want to be pissed off.
All right, something I really want to see: Cesaro and Seth Rollins, or Claudio Castagnoli and Tyler Black.
Yes, I'm ready to see that. This is a ROH indie match that's been waiting to happen. I mean, you know what's funny? I can't really remember seeing them 2 really fight each other the whole time they've been WWE. I don't really remember them really crossing paths to a good match.
I think they interacted when the Shield was around.
Yeah, they had the Shield, but it was always like
Cesaro was in the tag
team and they was in the Shield. But they never done anything just Seth Rollins and Cesaro. They never done anything yet. They always either been a tag team or had somebody with them, but he never had a real singles match in my head I can think of in WWE.
I think it's going to be, if given the time and they allow them, I think they could steal the show. And I think Cesaro needs to pick up the win.
I don't think they need time to really be honest. You got to think about it. Cesaro is a fucking beast, and so is Seth Rollins. You probably can give them like 8 minutes, and they can make that shit for like a 30-minute match.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Let's see. Also on night one, we have the tag team turmoil match for the WE Women's Tag Team Championships. They will face Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler on night 2. We have Lana Naomi, Dana Brooke, Mandy Rose, Liv Morgan, Ruby Riott, and Natalya Tamina.
Waste of time.
Thank you.
Natalya and Tamina to win this.
I mean, I feel like that's going to be the win, but again, it's just a waste of time.
What about, are they going to give Lana her
You know
revenge?
what? I just thought about that. They might give Lana and Naomi the win.
That's
I
because
don't
of the
want
story.
that.
Now that you mentioned, they might do that.
It's been Nia Jax
I do
destroying
not want
Lana.
that. Look, I don't give a fuck. What you call it? Destroy her ass too. Rusev destroyed her too, but shit, they ain't give him shit, so I don't want to see her get shit. Fuck that.
Yeah. All right, night 2.
I want to see the two people deserve this shit. Get it.
Night 2. We talked about The Fiend and Randy Orton. We'll just get this one out the way.
Wait. Before we go night 2, you know night 1, Stephanie McMahon is going around telling people that Sasha and Bianca.
Oh, yeah. How did I skip that one? Yeah, Sasha and Bianca is most likely the main event because they want to put Bobby and Drew on first. I'm not mad at it. I feel like the world title should go on last.
I thought the world title was going to last too, but to get 2 black females to be on the top spot in the WrestleMania card, I'm okay with the shit also. I don't really give a shit.
The question is Bianca ready for the win?
If she loses, what was the point in having her win the Royal Rumble?
Well, that happens all the time.
Basically.
Yeah, now it does. Because they keep trying to swerve you. But the Royal Rumble winner is supposed to win.
Typically,
Yeah,
yes,
right.
but at the same time...
The Money in the Bank winner is supposed to win, but 4 out of the last 6 have lost.
Oh, man.
Like, it makes it crazy.
I do want to see Bianca win. I'm just like, because she's still so new. And you can still see, when you watch her, you can still see some, signs of her greenness.
Yeah. I do think this is the start of the new era in the women's division. Bianca and Rhea will win.
All right, let's get to that when you
Yeah,
get to, because that is.
Okay, I'll hold off on the Fiend and Randy. Let's go to Asuka and Rhea.
What the fuck are they doing with that?
Okay, because of the whole thing where Charlotte was allegedly pregnant, it was supposed to be Charlotte Asuka Part 2 from a couple years ago. They just threw Rhea in to replace Charlotte.
That's,
Basically.
but like
Heel Rhea.
No build up really. It's very cold, and these are 2 of I think the best females you got, and they gave me no reason to care about this match.
They gave me one reason to care about this match. Are we going to get old school Oscar? Or are we going to get this damn YouTube sensation of eating food and playing game Oscar?
I hope we get nobody's ready for Oscar. I hope we get Empress of Tomorrow Oscar.
Because if we get that Oscar versus this Rhea Ripley is still NXT Rhea Ripley. I need to see an NXT style pay-per-view match. I don't need to see Rhea Ripley going up there fighting somebody to want to laugh and dance and joke around all fucking night.
They really botched Asuka, huh?
As I was saying, she was the MVP of one of the MVPs of the pandemic era until about January, and they've just kind of turned her into a joke.
But even before that, it seemed like they were so inconsistent with her, where it's like when she tapped out to Charlotte, I think they could have really built on that after and kind of like had a redemption story, but then she kind of just fizzled out.
Yeah, they basically killed her going into WrestleMania, and then after that, it was just like, okay, well, we killed you, so you're already on the main roster. Let's just find something for you to do.
Right, and they just throw her into a feud with nothing.
Throwing a feud with anybody, tag team with anybody, they didn't really give a fuck. I think they just wanted to keep her just working on the main roster because they called her up for no reason, and they made her lose, and then had nothing else for her to do. So they was like, fuck it, we got you up here. We might as well do something with you.
That's what they did with Redemption, too. Brought all these guys up for nothing.
Yeah. Let's see. Okay, now we're talking about Fiend and Randy. What are we doing with Fiend and Randy?
Fiend's picking up the win, and it's going to be terrible.
Allegedly, that's not Bray in the suit. That was Bo Dallas. That's a rumor.
I ain't gonna lie, it's kind of built like Bo Dallas, because Bray is too damn big to be built like that, and that suit that small.
It's going to be horrible no matter how you slice it, I feel.
Yeah.
They're going to try too much cute cinematic stuff, and it's just going to come off terrible, I think.
All right. The Nigerian drum fight. And salute to Nigeria for supporting the podcast. We are the #1 wrestling podcast in Nigeria.
I am okay with this.
According to Apple Podcasts.
I'm okay with this
What is a Nigerian drum fight going to be?
Nobody knows.
They just announced it, I think, on WWE's Twitter. I think they just announced the rules, what it was before I came out to eat. I didn't get a chance to read the shit. I don't know what this is. I think WWE is just boring. I think they just took an old school match and they just changed the name around and called it just bullshit. But there's going to be some shit that we probably already seen before.
Also, though, like Big E's beating this guy like a drum for the last 3-4 months. Like, what is, you know what I mean? It's just like he's probably gonna do it again, and then where does Pile go from there?
Right.
After this point right now, everybody in WWE has beaten somebody multiple times that was a champion or non-champion and still haven't done anything. It's damn near the recipe at this point now.
All right. Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn with Logan Paul. Apparently, Logan Paul is going to be in Sami Zayn's corner.
What?
Yeah.
You heard
Yeah.
that, right?
No.
They're trying to use anybody they can.
No.
It's too late. It's already happening, bro.
No, I don't care. Kill him. Kill it with fire. Throw some water on him. He's like the Wicked Witch of the West.
Vince ain't gonna do that. Vince is trying to get money, and he see form fast. And he
Throw some
fit.
water on Vince too.
Well, I'm down with the killing Vince thing. You know, that's just mean. Like that's like killing his character. Put him back in that limo, let that bitch explode. It was a fire from the sunset. Get rid of him.
Like, do something.
And we have a guest appearance by my stepdaughter, and I just bought her a car with the money I threw at her. Bye.
I wish I like to sing that, but my screen, all I see is
You'll see it when you watch the video. I just threw a wad of money across the room.
Just a wad of
Oh man, I wish somebody would throw a lot of money at me. Shit.
Yeah, I'd be rich if it wasn't for this person. Anyway,
This Nigerian match. What's next?
Riddle and Sheamus. I'm assuming Sheamus is going to win because the shit Riddle pulled last week when he bailed on that promo.
I loved it.
I loved it too.
I think
Yeah,
Vince
you know
loved it.
Vince ain't love that shit.
You see, I'm 50-50 on how Vince felt about it.
But like, it's Matt Riddle. Like, you don't need to give him a script. Just let him be him. He just naturally funny as doing random shit he do. Belling that promo is like him in the indie circuit. That motherfucker can do many promos in the indie circuit. He did backstage talk. He ain't do no promos.
I agree. He's like the airhead that could just whoop your ass and just leave him be.
Basically.
Yep.
He's like, he's a Beavis and Butthead if he had MMA ability.
All right, and now our main event. The tribal chief, Roman Reigns, the head of the table, will take on the ultimate opportunist and the leader of the Yes Movement, Daniel Bryan.
I'm still mad that Daniel Bryan got finished in this fucking three-way match.
Yo, I love all the three-way memes with Daniel Bryan.
Oh, well, he just
I do.
He just like they just put him in like random pictures with couples of people. Hilarious.
I do too, but it's just like Edge deserved this match because he hasn't been there forever. Roman wanted to fight him, and then you just told Daniel Bryan after Daniel Bryan lost how many times?
Yeah, but he got cheated out of every match.
Yeah.
It don't matter. It don't matter.
Now, as
I really enjoyed how they got here, to be honest with you.
yeah,
with the
and as we
story.
were talking about before we got on the air, I feel like even if Roman wins, as long as Edge costs Daniel Bryan the win, that's all that has to happen.
Because then you can splinter them off.
Right.
I usually hate triple threats in WrestleMania. I told you about this before.
Yeah.
But I feel I like the way they got here because it makes sense.
Right.
Yeah, it makes sense the way they got here, but at the same time, you watch a man come back from a broken neck once and wrestle again and become champion. Nobody interrupted his title reign. Nobody threw themselves into the middle of his title reign. He got his win solo. Now you have a man that came back that was same thing. You just throw yourself into a title match. Why?
Edge is
You
also
had
like a
you
dinosaur
had your
now. Though.
chances. I'm cool with it. Like,
Oh, did you see Vince is making him dye his beard?
Yeah. I seen that.
Yeah,
But, like,
Vince is making
bothers
Edge
me
dye his beard now.
Right. It still bothers me for the fact to see Daniel Bryan came back before Edge and had a good couple runs with titles and good things. Edge come back and he can't even live a moment, just win a title by himself. You couldn't face him after he won a title. You couldn't try to fight him doing it. You just want to be jumped into a three-way. I'm like, I don't want to see that. My whole thing was I want to see Edge fight Roman by himself. I don't like Roman like that. I just want to see the match.
Mm-hmm.
Now that Daniel Bryan's a part of it, I'm like, I don't want to see a triple threat match. Like, there was too much story built up between just these two guys.
Yeah. Kelvin just commented, WWE accidentally leaked that they're going to add Billie Kay and Carmella to the women's tag team turmoil match. I don't think it makes a fucking difference.
It's still terrible.
Worst decision ever.
That might even make it worse, to be honest with you. You're just adding more time to this match.
No, I guarantee you it's in less than 10 minutes for whatever they do with it.
Oh yeah.
They're just going to have falls like every minute and a half.
I'm going to just
They're
go
gonna have the old
outside and smoke a
SmackDown ending
cigarette.
where everybody do a finishing move and pin each other.
Yeah. Alex, you got anything to talk about before we leave since you showed up a little late?
Nah, man. You know, ate food full. I got nothing to say.
All right. This has been the Sports Entertainment Mania edition of the Old Trails Wrestling Podcast. I've been Darth Messiah. Alex?
Alex is motherfucking here.
Good night, Superstar Sal. Good night, Malcolm the Great. We're out of here.